St. Paul's Kitchen. That was a live footage, no pre-recording. This is what we're gonna do tonight. This is totally live. So I'm anxious to see how the evening is gonna go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 2023 fundraising event. We're celebrating tonight our 45th years in the community, 45 years in the community providing services for individuals experiencing homelessness. Well, thank you for being with us, and I hope you will enjoy the evening. We have a wonderful program for you. This year, it will be a little bit different from past broadcasts. If you've been with us, this is our fourth broadcast, and this is going to be a little bit different. By different, I mean it's going to be very informative, more entertaining. The raffles are by far more exciting. You will see, I can't wait to show you. I cannot wait to be part of this. Now, this evening, we're going to go on location at St. Paul's. We also have live artists who are going to be performing. But more importantly, you will learn something new about St. Paul's. Now, please keep in mind, this is a fundraising event. A fundraising event tonight. We are raising money for the food program. We serve more than 53,000 meals a year, and we're raising money for the food program, a cook and a driver to pick up deliveries from different places, different donors, such as Kroger's, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, Olive Garden, KFC. This is how we are successful in providing these meals. But before I begin, of course, I want to acknowledge and introduce our amazing team that put all this production together. Reina Mystique, she is our lead production manager. Mike, he's our videographer and editor. And I want to thank our musicians, Dream On, Beat Cleaver, and our artist Gail Hakes West. And finally, I want to thank Mr. Tom Wanuski, who's on site, our interviewer tonight. And now it's my privilege to introduce the sponsors of this event. And I'm very proud to inform you that we are at $52,250, and our goal tonight is $55,000. We are already at the home stretch. We are already at the 95% mark. So we can do it tonight. Tonight we can raise the rest. I'm counting on you guys. Now, I want to introduce the sponsors, and you will see their logos strolling down at the bottom right of the screen. At the presenting level, we have Owens, Illinois. At the featured level, we have Stellantis, Dana Charitable Foundation, Buckeye Broadband, Epworth United Methodist Church. At the supporting level, we have Thermatru, Mary Gumbosh, Jay and Tina Jindal. And this year's major event donors are IBEW Local Union 8, Bob and Marilyn Town, Key Bank, Walmart, Roseanne Wernert, Knight Insurance, Tom Manuski, Network for Good, American Legion Riders, Dennis and Jean Thayer, and your name right behind them. And finally, I would like to thank Mancy's Restaurant for providing gift certificates for us, which we will raffle on later on. I personally am a fan of both Mancy's, the Italian and the steakhouse, and if you want to pamper yourself, check them out. And there are so many other supporters who make it possible for us to serve individuals experiencing homelessness throughout the year. We are truly grateful for your presence in the community and the support that you show us year after year. Each company, each individual gives generously, and I'm truly humbled by your kindness. Thank you for supporting individuals experiencing homelessness. Thank you for choosing St. Paul's. We are also honored to have so many community partners that support and enhance our work. The Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, United Way, the City of Toledo Department of Neighborhoods, the State of Ohio, the Toledo Community Foundation, the Lucas County Homelessness Board, the Toledo Lucas Metropolitan Housing, the Arts Commission, and many, many more. Their work cannot be overstated. And I would like to thank everyone, but time won't allow me to name them all. But thank you all. And there are so many individuals, so many religious organizations, so many families, so many corporations that support us with their monetary donations, with their time, with their words. I can't list all of them, but I'm sending a heartfelt thank you to you all. And now, it's my honor to introduce our Board of Trustees. They provide tremendous support for our mission, and we are honored to recognize them tonight. Our President, Tony Theros, our Vice President, Dennis Thayer, our Treasurer, John Cruz, our Secretary, Sharon Merritt, Deb Dickerson, Joe Jardine, Christopher Kelly, Paul Lewis, and Mary Mitchell, and Julie Wood. Thank you all for donating your time and resources and all the hard work that you do. Next, it won't be a fundraising event if I don't say a word about our employees. Well, needless to say, although I spend a lot of time at the shelter, I'm not there 24/7, but rest assured that someone is. If it's not for our employees who are there every day of the year, including weekends, Christmases, holidays, nights, our operation will not function. In my eyes, they are the true heroes. They are the ones who wear so many hats, from being good listeners, supporters, motivators, role models, you name it. They are the reason why our operation is so successful. So I want to send a big thank you to all employees. Now we have a wonderful evening planned, and thank you for being with us. I can't wait to see how it's gonna unfold tonight. This is again live all the way through, so I'm anxious to see it. And let me assure you that there are gonna be a lot of glitches, and we're gonna sit back, you and I, and we're gonna laugh about them. So be prepared. We're gonna have fun. You're gonna learn about St. Paul's, and we're gonna have funny glitches. So let's get going. First, I want to check on location with Tom. Tom is behind the scenes, so we want to check on location with him. And we have 5 interviewees with us, 5 individuals from the community that I'm honored that they accepted to be interviewed live. We have Jill, first off, from United Way. We have our hero, Carmelita, who is our cook, and because of the food program we are here tonight, she does a wonderful job providing those meals for people experiencing homelessness, for doing wonders with what she has. And of course, one of our guests tonight is Mike Hart from the Homelessness Board. You know, I can't wait to talk to him. He has wonderful stories to tell, a very great support to St. Paul's Community Center. We have one of our board members, Julie Wood. She's going to tell us some exciting stories. We have our own John Irwin lined up also to tell us some stories about St. Paul's. And I can't wait until I hear from them all. Let's see, what are we doing next? I'm going to talk a little bit about our guests. So let me talk about our musicians and what we're doing on tonight. First off, you know, I want to introduce you to a very, very, very interesting gentleman, Beat Cleaver. Now, Beat Cleaver is an artist from the United Kingdom. Now, we're going to give him a challenge tonight. Now, this guy, you can give him any word, and he can incorporate it into his rap. And tonight, we're going to make donations a little bit fun, and we're going to put him up to the challenge. Today, you will give him a word, and this is how you do it. If you type in the chat, exclamation mark, B-E-A-T, exclamation mark, beat, it will take you to the link, and for every $5 donation, you can enter a word. So if you donate $10, you can enter 2 words. And about 725, around 725, we're gonna get all these words together, and we're gonna hear them come up live with a rap song, and he's gonna incorporate all these words. So don't hold back! Exclamation mark BEAT, and this guy is gonna incorporate that word into a beat. So I'm anxious to see that. Actually, when I've been told about it, I said, let's do it. I want to see how this guy works. Next on. All right, let's listen to Beat Cleaver for a second.
Greetings everybody over there on the YouTube live. I hope you're having a wonderful event so far. Big shout out to everybody that put this together. Thank you so much to St. Paul's Community Centre for everything you do. Thank you to our amazing donors who've raised a whopping amount already. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Next on, let's go on with this. This is live, glitches. All right, next on, we have an artist, a fantastic artist. Her name is Dream On. Now, Dream On has a catalog of more than 6,000 songs. Now, she's going to donate one song live tonight, right here in our broadcast. She's donating it to St. Paul's Community Center. But the exciting part is that one lucky person will get to pick one song of the 6,000 songs she has in her catalog. And she's gonna perform it. So again, like I promised you, I'm gonna make donations a little bit fun. If you type exclamation mark dree, DREE in the chat, exclamation mark DREE, you get to enter that challenge, so to speak. We will check in with her. I don't know if she's live or not, but we're about to check in with her and see what she's up to. Tell me. All right, she doesn't seem to be live right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and check the chat a little bit. And I see a lot of my friends, a lot of St. Paul supporters who are on. I want to say hello, everybody. I see people from Lebanon are on. Pascal, hello, Pascal from Lebanon. She's right there. And let me see. I see Danielle is on. Spallard72, hello, everybody. Cindy is on. How are you, Cindy? Everybody's on. Okay. You know what? Since Dream On is not on, let's do a raffle. The next raffle is a $50 gift certificate from Macy's. So that's a good one. $50 gift certificate from Macy's. If you want to enter the raffle, just type in the chat exclamation mark raffle. And that will give you the chance to enter the raffle. And hopefully, I'm sure somebody will win it. So we're going to give you guys a few minutes just to type it, exclamation mark raffle. And that will enter you into that particular raffle just to win it.
And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's about to happen tonight. We started out with fun and games and welcoming, but also I want to let you know that I'm going to talk a little bit about St. Paul's and the services that we provide. This is the informative part about what we do, and it's a little bit more exciting. I can't wait to show you what I have prepared for you. You will learn more about St. Paul's in a fun way, and we have more artists just to introduce to you. But for right now, I want to give everybody a chance just to type exclamation mark raffle. Just to review what we have done so far for the challenge of the word, exclamation mark beat, B-E-A-T, $5 donation will give you the chance to enter one word. And for Dream On, the artist, to pick up the song, one song, or to be the winner of the one song out of her 6,000 repertoire, type exclamation mark dree, D exclamation mark D-R-E-E. All right. How are we doing so far? So far, so good.
I think we're doing great.
Awesome.
I would like to hear about some of our donors because
Absolutely.
they've been amazing. They did a lot of the heavy lifting for you guys in chat.
Indeed.
So.
Indeed, the donors did wonderful. The supporters, I can't thank them all. The biggest donor and supporter this year was Owens, Illinois.
Really quickly, before
yeah.
you do that, Reed, there are over 20 of you guys in chat, and only 7 people have entered the raffle. So, exclamation raffle, because you guys have about 1 minute left, and that's not including the lag time. So, get that in, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Exclamation raffle.
I see Jean. Jean has joined us too. Jean, say hi to Dennis for me too. Hello, Jean. All right, let's do a little bit of a read about Owens, Illinois. Great support, Owens, Illinois, a great supporter of St. Paul's Community Center. It's a great pleasure that I recognize our presenting sponsor for 2023, Owens, Illinois, a company that not only excels in its industry, but also demonstrates a strong commitment to community support by being an exceptional sponsor. Owens, Illinois, or OI, they are affectionately known, has been at the forefront of the glass manufacturing industry for over a century. We are proud to have them as a leader in industry in the great city of Toledo area. Their dedication to innovation and sustainability has made them a global leader in their field. But what truly sets OI apart is their unwavering support for various initiatives and community-led organizations. Through their sponsorship programs, OI has shown a deep understanding of the importance of community engagement. By partnering with local organizations, OI actively contributes to the growth and well-being of the communities they operate in. Whether it's supporting educational program, environmental initiatives, or cultural events, OI consistently makes a positive impact. One of the most inspiring aspects of OI sponsorships is their emphasis on sustainability. They recognize the urgent need to protect our planet and actively promote environmental responsibility. Moreover, OI's commitment extends far beyond writing a check. They actively participate in sponsored events, offering their expertise and engaging with the community. OI employees actively volunteer, taking an active role in shaping the success of these initiatives. OI's sponsorship goes beyond financial contributions. It's about fostering partnerships, supporting initiatives that make a difference, and being actively involved in the communities they serve. The impact they make through sponsorships is immeasurable and reflects their dedication to social responsibility. Today, I urge you all to join me in recognizing Owens, Illinois as a presenting sponsor. Let us celebrate their tireless efforts to create a sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous future for all of us. Thank you, Owens, Illinois. And thank you all for being great supporter. And the key word here is sustainability. This is why we've been in the community for 45 years, helping individuals experiencing homelessness and having a lot of supportive services around that homeless shelter. Sustainability is a key word. We've been around for almost half a century. That's quite an accomplishment, my friends. Now, raffle. We were promising people entered raffles. Let's see.
Ready to pick a winner?
Ready to pick a winner.
Can we get a drum roll, please?
Can we get a drum roll? Okay. There's a fictitious drum roll here. Let's all play it.
The winner
Okay.
is?
The winner is,
Can you
I
see
can
that?
see from here. No.
Taylor Ty.
Taylor Ty. Congratulations,
Taylor
Taylor
Ty.
Ty. You are the winner of a $50 gift certificate from Mancy. The rest of you, don't go away. There's another $50 gift certificate for Mancy's. I know you guys, whenever somebody wins, everybody goes, oh, man, I missed my chance. So I won't do that to you. Believe me, I'm a social worker
I'll do
at
it
heart.
to you. I'm just
No, I'm a social worker at heart. I can't do that to you. So there's another $50 gift certificate from Mancy's. Stick around. In the meantime, just challenge that person in UK. I want to see him stumble a little bit. You know, that's I don't wish that on him, but I want to see that challenge. How can this guy incorporate so many words into one rap song? You know, give him the challenge. All right, let's get moving here. Let me see who's on the chat here. I want to welcome some more friends and families. And Sharon is on. Sharon, how are you? Thank you, Sharon, for joining us. And let's see who else. Stream Elements. We Speak English Good is on. All right. Well, thank you all for everything that you do. Thank you for watching. We have a lot of exciting elements in our program today, and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's see. Should we check in with our with St. Paul's? Let's check in with St. Paul's and see what's going on there.
Gail.
Let's check in with Gail. Exactly.
Gail.
Gail is the artist. Now, let me tell you, the theme of this painting, she did the sketch beforehand, but she's going to get the painting. And it's an 8x10 framed gouache watercolored. So she's going to color it. She's doing it live right now, you know, and we're going to raffle it off at the end of... I'm sorry, we're not going to raffle it off. The highest donor is going to win this painting.
We're gonna raffle this one off with donos of $10.
No. Hold on. Yes, and yes, indeed. I'm sorry, I stumbled on that one. I'm sorry, we're going to raffle this one off.
You're just keeping true to your promise, Joe. You
Yes,
said there were going to
indeed.
be
Yes,
glitches.
indeed. Already. So let's see, what is she doing here? Okay. Good enough.
So she's working on one of the hands. This painting is hands clasped together
Yes.
with the words stronger together. And if you want to enter the raffle to win this watercolor, framed watercolor that you can put anywhere in your home or give as a gift, all you have to do is put !Gail in the chat, and you can donate any increment of $10. So $10 will give you one raffle ticket. $20 will give you 2 raffle tickets. $5,000
We'll give you so many of them.
will give you
I know.
500, and you'll break Stacy because she has to enter all of those manually. So definitely,
Let's do that to
definitely.
her, you
Yes,
know.
let's break Stacy.
Yeah.
New challenge, guys.
All right.
!Gail in the chat.
Yeah. Are we ready to go to St. Paul's?
Yes, let's actually. I'm going to come to you really quickly so they can see your cute little face.
Oh, here I am. Hello, everybody again.
Should we do one more donor read? And
Yeah,
just
let's
kinda-
do that, guys. Okay. Well, I'm very proud
We
of
have
our
so many
donors
donors.
this year. I'm very proud. We got so many of them. And we raised already, like I said before, 52,250 towards our 55,000. Our goal is to hit the 55,000. So they did the heavy lifting, as Reina was saying. They did all the heavy lifting for you guys. All you have to do is enter those fun raffles and ! And we will get there. We will get there together. And remember, we're doing it for a great cause. We're raising money for the food program, more than 53,000 meals a year going to individuals experiencing homelessness. In the meantime, I'm going to do a read from one of our supporters, Stellantis. Stellantis has played a pivotal role in supporting our community center and their commitment to improving the lives of people within our community is truly commendable. As a first-time corporate donor to SPCC Toledo, we have been able to provide essential programs and services that empower individuals in need. Through Stellantis' generous contribution, we have witnessed the transformation of countless lives. Furthermore, Stellantis' dedication to sustainability aligns perfectly with our mission. Their efforts in creating a more sustainable future through innovative technologies and eco-friendly practices are remarkable. This partnership has allowed us to adopt sustainable practices within our center, contributing to a cleaner and greener environmental for all. But it doesn't stop there. Stellantis' commitment to diversity and inclusion resonates deeply with SPCC Toledo. Together, we strive to create a safe space where everyone feels welcomed and valued, regardless of their background and circumstances. By working hand in hand, we are breaking down barriers and building a more inclusive society. On behalf of SPCC Toledo, I want to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Stellantis for being an exceptional partner in our journey to transform lives. Your support has not only made our programs possible, but has also instilled hope and empowerment in the hearts of those who we serve. Thank you, Stellantis, for being a shining example of corporate social responsibility, a true beacon of hope and transformation. Together, we can continue making a profound difference in the lives of individuals and families within our beloved Toledo community. Hey, let me check here. Did somebody else join us? All right, let's see what's going on. Let's check in with the St. Paul's Community Center. We have Tom. Tom is with Jill. Jill is from United Way. United Way has been a great supporter of St. Paul's. Personally, we work together for many, many years now. And really, thank you, United Way. I have to say that ahead of time. They're doing a tremendous effort to address the issue of individuals experiencing homelessness here in our community. So let's go to them live right now.
Hey, Joe, I think you're talking to me. Is that right? So we're going to go. I'm Tom Winooski. Joe Bungie from the United Way, Vice President of Impact and Outreach, joins us. And so glad to have you with us, Joe.
It's great to be
This
here.
is the 45th year for St. Paul's, so this fundraiser this year is a little bit more meaningful than I think years past. Tell me about United Way's partnership with St. Paul's, kind of on that macro level to start.
Sure, yeah. So United Way, we serve Lucas Wood and Ottawa County. In Northwest Ohio, we serve as a funder, so we provide direct programming funding to many nonprofit organizations, including St. Paul's. We're a convener, so we really bring together these agencies who are working in these really critical and vital spaces across health, education, financial stability, and housing. One of my personal, primary spaces of passion, to really try to figure out broader solutions to community issues. So St. Paul's is coming to the table with us to really talk with other housing providers and partners in the emergency shelter space, but across the spectrum to figure out how we can work better together. And then, of course, we serve as a resource. So we have, several partnerships throughout the community that we serve with, our various nonprofit partners, but also our 211 information and referral service, which is really intimately tied to the shelter system.
And St. Paul's receives about $75,000 a year from United Way, and that's a lot of money. It only goes so far. So first of all, thank you so much for the effort and the work in that partnership with us, because it's been tremendous. Particularly, we were talking a little bit offline during COVID and how things happened during that time period. So that money coming here, particularly for the Winter Crisis Program, has been extremely important. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're a very proud partner to be able to support the emergency shelter infrastructure in our community. It's a critical piece of the housing puzzle in the complexity of the crises that the people who we're trying to serve are facing all the time. When I think about housing, I think about a variety of issues, right? People have complex lives, they have different circumstances. Many factors are contributing to where they might find themselves, housing vulnerable or homeless. So we work really closely with St. Paul's, making sure that we're attuned to the needs of clients that we're serving, that they're able to provide these wraparound services here. That's our direct program support in that space. But also, how can we think about some of those upstream solutions, right? Eviction prevention, landlord-tenant relations, affordable housing. This is all impacting, obviously, all of the clients that are being served through St. Paul's. And then we have these emergency and disaster services, right? So winter crisis is such a critical thing in our community to make sure that we have a safe space for people to go.
And just so our viewers understand, St. Paul's will provide bedding, housing, shelter for 35 adults in the capacity here. And during winter crisis, that capacity doubles. So we're filling part of the kitchen with cots in order to bring folks in, get a warm, nutritious meal, and out of the cold. So that's extremely important. Overall, we've housed 200 plus the last fiscal year, and you think that we would be working our way out of business, but boy, it seems to be getting worse and worse, we're finding.
Yeah, it's really dramatic. During COVID, we were really closely monitoring a lot of the things that were happening in the housing space. So through our 211 program, anyone who's experiencing homelessness in Lucas County can call 211. They work with our coordinated entry specialists, and then we help to manage the running bed count. And St. Paul's is one of our primary partners. We work with 4 shelter partners. We were monitoring the situation. A lot of people, initially in that drop-off when COVID hit, it was very urgent. We were all trying to kind of think on our feet about how we can best support folks in a time of need. As different federal supports and state supports kind of came down the pike, we were all kind of bracing for those to end. So in 2021, when the eviction moratorium lifted, we saw a 400% increase in housing-related calls into 211. And wait lists, again, were just unprecedented in that time.
400% increase.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes, in 1 month.
Yeah.
Obviously here, Joe and I were on the phone talking and strategizing and trying to figure out, our coordinated entry folks are talking to him continually for that intake. But in a situation like winter crisis, trying to find solutions to the social distancing, right? In normal years, we would be able to support that program, these certain circumstances to make sure that people are treated with care, with dignity, with respect, they're being safe. It was a lot of problem solving that we all endured during that time.
And I hope then, I'm going to put in a shameless plug for Joe Habib, the CEO president here, because he really does bring a human approach to what we're doing here, and I know you've had that experience with him.
Yeah, I most certainly have. He's one of my favorite people to see in the community, Joe. The nonprofit work, I think that I read this article recently saying that nonprofits are as vital and invisible as air, which just really resonated. I mean, most folks don't really know how many circumstances throughout their day or throughout their life are really impacted by nonprofits. Obviously, in the space of emergency shelter, it's very evident. But what are those other kind of underlying spaces? And I think that we often are kind of reckon to doing do-gooder work or nice work, but we are really upholding this critical fabric in society to make sure that people are treated with care and respect and, like I said, dignity. And I think Joe is just an exemplary, leader in the community to showcase that, especially in emotionally taxing work.
Exactly, exactly. And the staff deserves a ton of credit here as well. Support. Now, United Way has changed over the years a little bit. But one of the things that I've always enjoyed are the community resource officers.
Yeah.
And you have a story about how some of them came over here to St. Paul's to help us out.
Yeah.
Share that with us.
Yeah, our community resource advisors, they're on our phone lines. They're responding to chats and text messages from folks who are in need. I was just saying prior that we hit a peak call volume of 104,000 calls. I was looking at some numbers today, and this in 2023, 40% of our calls are housing related. So we're at about 31,000 calls for this year that are specifically housing related. And many of the referrals that we provide for shelter and beds are to St. Paul's. So, our CRAs have a very soft spot in their heart for all the work that folks here are doing day in and day out. So they came down and helped to prep meals and serve folks here and to the wider community. They've helped with the pit count on an annual basis. So any other ways that we can pitch in, we're always happy to help.
Yeah, and just a little advisory here as Jill talks about the preparation of the meals here. St. Paul's puts out a lot of meals, and I'm looking forward to talking with our head cook here coming up shortly. So you don't want to miss that. What is where do you see United Way going from here? In other words, you in charge of the impact and that outreach. So what does the community look like from United Way's eyes in the next 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to take a really intersectional approach in looking at housing. As I said, the challenges that people are facing are case by case, but we know that this is underlying a lot of different factors that are contributing to maybe that crisis moment when they hit homelessness or when they are evicted. There's co-occurring things, right? We've got a big prevalence of mental health challenges, substance use, making sure that we're looking at disaggregated demographic data. Who is being disproportionately affected by housing instability or housing affordability? People of color, the LGBTQ plus population, veterans, people experiencing domestic violence. So, when we're thinking about that, we have folks here like Joe, like all of the staff at St. Paul's who are doing that really vital work day to day. How do we give folks the opportunity to think, to convene and talk about broader solutions more strategically? And it's not the work of one organization, right? St. Paul's is not going to fix that. United Way is not going to fix that alone. We really have to bring in public-private partnerships, talking to our business leaders who are, providing different financial supports. They are employers in the community, our elected officials to impact policy changes. So it's very multifaceted work, and I'm looking forward to leaders in this space to be able to advocate on behalf of the folks who we're serving, but their voices, the people who are impacted, also need to be at the table so that we really take that into consideration.
And it's interesting you bring in the businesses. I think that's an important part, obviously, from their funding of it when we can tap into their employees. United Way can tap into the employees to support agencies.
Absolutely.
But I mean, similarly, you're located now in a world headquarters of SSOE that is a stone's throw from St. Paul's.
Sure is.
So they're interested in making sure that the homelessness situation for this community and even going into Uptown is the folks are taken care of, and that we have our community that in essence helps the homeless community, if I could use that word. So important with the business side of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we all see that, right? Like I can look at call data from 211 and know that we've been experiencing more calls, but I was just talking to someone from the homelessness board who are also right around the corner, and they can see it when they look out their window, right? Like this is our community. We know what people are experiencing. I think that oftentimes, especially in Toledo, right, we have a big metro area. We have folks who live in the suburbs. Like when you're confronted with that and it's in front of you, it becomes it resonates. But this is something that is all of our problem in understanding how economically viable this region of the country is, and how we really support the community as a whole, because we're going to move forward together.
And I think when nonprofits would ideally like to work themselves out of a job, there are so many things that right.
Absolutely.
But there are so many other variables happening all the time, and the good Lord said the poor will always be with you. But beyond that, it's different factors that came into play. We talked about COVID, which put people now in a more precarious position. So
Sure.
the need will always be there. The severity, of course, is what we try to mitigate in
Absolutely.
working with you. How many agencies, I hate to put you on the spot, but do you know how many agencies United Way funds overall?
Yeah, we fund 50 agencies and
Okay.
61 different programs at present.
yeah.
Yep.
So it used to be about 70 back when I was a little more involved with the United Way. So you're about in that same area.
Yep.
But I do know that United Way likes to work to reduce redundancies.
Sure.
So you're not putting money to two agencies that are in essence doing the same thing.
Right.
Could you talk about how you approach that?
Yeah, I think that's that power of convening and bringing folks together. A lot of our work is, while we have to think strategically, it is very relationship based, right? We need to understand the intricacies of what we're all doing and how that kind of comes together to create this shared approach. What is the pass-through of clients who are going to multiple agencies? What is their experience across these spaces? How do we support someone through their journey from homelessness to thriving, and being stably housed or financially stable? I think that really takes the work, as I said, of all of these partners and understanding where there also might be synergies that we could find. How can we, and it doesn't mean a roll up of all of these programs or all of these nonprofits into one conglomerate, right? We all are doing our unique things. We have unique approaches. Folks have different levels of trust with different agencies. There's specialization. So thinking about that critically and having a good assessment of the landscape is something we're trying to do on the housing side so that folks at St. Paul's can do the work that they're most qualified to do and that they have expertise in, which is serving that front line.
Yeah, it's almost a bit of a backup for us in the sense that we're serving and addressing many of the needs that are a result or that cause homelessness, and yet the housing stock beyond then the work that we can do is somewhat limited. So we're running into a bit of a logjam, as you know, in trying to facilitate some of that.
Yeah, most of our investments have, historically primarily been in the emergency shelter space and that front end. So, I think on a more longitudinal view, we're trying to do a little bit more work upstream. Like, how can we look at eviction prevention? How can we look at allowing people to age in their home, which relates to home repair? What do we do about housing affordability, with an aging housing stock in Toledo and rental prices increasing? It's a whole, I think of housing oftentimes on this kind of continuum. And there's so many things to address, but this emergency shelter network is such a critical component of that in the event that someone is living on the street, living in a place that's uninhabitable. We need to rise to the challenge, and thank goodness St. Paul's is here, to meet that need.
And we're entering in a critical season. We talked about winter crisis earlier, but it's so difficult even to see folks who are struggling, and many with mental illness don't want to be around people or don't want to be in a situation like that. Well, surely that's not helpful to them in the winter to sleep outside. So that adds just another layer of a challenge for us, and then of course for our funding partners. I'm going to ask you Phil, how are we doing, Mike, on time? I'm going to ask you a philosophical question. Mike will let us know here shortly. How are we doing on time? I hate to always do that behind the scenes right on top. Okay.
I could talk for 3 hours.
I love talking with you. Yeah, no, I love this. So I'm gonna end with this question, and it's a philosophical one. So I hope, again, don't want to put you on the spot, but where do you see philanthropy in the next couple of years in Northwest Ohio?
Well, I think about that a lot. Oftentimes, I wish I had a magic crystal ball or in an Excel spreadsheet that showed me where all of the dollars in our community were flowing, to better understand how we leverage them to be the most impactful, right? This lends itself to the duplication of services, to finite resources in a community. We have to figure out ways to get new infusions of dollars in the community, which I think also lends itself a lot to policy and advocacy. So much money is coming in from federal entities, state entities to really support these core services. But I think as a community, we also need to all mutually agree that no one should experience homelessness in Lucas County, and that we want to ensure everyone has access to safe and affordable housing. And if that's the common agenda that we all share, that's a point that we can start from to talk about solutions and ways that we can solve that.
And I think too, United Way's bread and butter in terms of getting the dollars that they then disseminate to the community. That landscape is changing. More and more people are working from home, so you're not making those pitches into the Fortune 500. What's left here in the community. So I know you have your work cut out for you. Jill, thank you for coming by.
Yeah, a wonderful conversation, and we're so proud to be partners and to provide support, and look forward to hopefully not another 45 years because we'll have remediated homelessness. But
hope I'm
wishing
around
you
to
all,
see that.
wishing you all congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jill Benge from the United Way, Vice President of Impact and Outreach. We're going to talk next to...
Yeah, that was a great interview. I want to thank Tom and Jill really for this amazing interview and information. And I want to say, when COVID hit, a lot of the funding partners just stepped in. They were fighting to get to the door and say, how can we help individuals experiencing homelessness? And United Way was at the forefront. While they were talking, actually, we received some donations here. I want to share this good news with you. We have $250 from an anonymous donor. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. And also Hassan and Cindy Baroudis, thank you for your donation. That came through as well. The Murads, thank you. Thank you so much, Zach and Hiba, for your kind donation. And Jonathan Fakes gave us a donation. Beat Cleaver received this donation. Thank you all. Every dollar counts. Remember, we gotta hit that 55,000 mark. We are there. We just need a little bit of push here. We are at the home stretch for that. And with that, I want to check with Gail again. Remember, it's ! Gail, and we'll enter you into the contest. Let's see what's going on with her. Remember, though, this name of this painting is Stronger Together, and we are all stronger together, whether we're collaborating with our funders in the community, whether we're collaborating with you as our donors and supporters, whether we're collaborating with our volunteers. It's all a big collaboration. Nobody can solve the issue of homelessness in Toledo. We all gotta come together. You may be far removed from that issue. You may never have seen a person experiencing homelessness. It don't matter. They are here, they exist. And let me assure you, I've been with St. Paul's close to 15 years. I want to assure you, these are your brothers, your parents, your children, your next door neighbors, and sometimes yourself. I have stories to tell you about who ended up in the shelter. I'm going to share this one little story with you. One time I came to the shelter, and of all people experiencing homelessness, here I see my college professor. I took English class with him back in the 80s somewhere. He ended up homeless. He ended up at St. Paul's. And of course, as soon as I saw him, I recognized him. He probably did not recognize me, but we had a great chat and so on about the class. But that goes to show you that any person can experience homelessness. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether it's across races, it's an equal opportunity condition, equal opportunity human condition that you don't know what's going to happen. So again, we are in this fight together with you. We are in this fight with our partners, with everybody. Just try to bring an end to this horrible human conditions. I personally believe that every single person should be housed. Every single person should be warm, should not go to bed hungry. There's no reason why any individual in Toledo in 2023 should be sleeping outside in the snow. There's no excuse for that. I don't care how much you slice it. This is why, and you heard, United Way supports our program with Winter Crisis, as does the Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Board, as do you support this program. We double our capacity because we want people off the streets in a safe, warm environment where they can get the support of the staff, they can get socks, they can get coats, they can get a warm, nutritious meal to eat and wake up with their dignity. So with that, again, I want to check with Gail. Gail is in progress. Remember, exclamation mark Gail will enter you into this raffle, and we're gonna draw it around 7:45, just about an hour from now. Just stick around, just put exclamation mark Gail. $10 donation will earn you one raffle ticket. Please donate more than one. It's a beautiful painting. Again, it's an 8x10 painting. It's a framed painting, and it will be mailed to you. Okay, having said that, now we have next on the program, Reina. What do we have next on the program?
Do you want to check in with Gail a little bit, or do you want to keep going?
Oh, let's check in with Gail.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Are you guys
see.
interested in chat? I mean, she's
Yeah.
a talking head right now.
All right.
Let's see.
I'll turn it over to you, Reina, here.
We're gonna turn it over to Gail. I'm gonna let her know we're there, guys.
Okay. And she's looks like she's jamming too as she's painting.
Let's see. I'm gonna turn her up. Oh yeah, she's doing a little singing. Now I'm gonna mute us so you guys can hear.
Ooh. So we're working on a Stronger Together piece. The theme behind this piece is compassion, kindness, unity, lifting each other up, humanity coming together, as we all should. It sounds easier said than done, but this is what we are working together. We've got a little sun over here, and there's going to be a bright pop in background. Just working on the detail right now of the hands and the arms. That's the most detailed part of this. So just trying to chug-a-lug through this, and then we'll get to the real fun stuff. Thank you everybody who's donated. It is quite the worthy organization for that. It's going to be real posterized and fun. It'll be a showstopper piece for sure. For the winner's wall, for sure.
All right, guys, we got a few more donations I'll share with you when I was off the air. But next, I want to tell you a little bit about St. Paul's. Now, this is a fundraising event for St. Paul's. I don't want to leave you. I promise I don't want to leave you before I tell you something new about St. Paul's. What I have prepared for you is a visual map that we presented this in one of those fundraising events years ago, and I want to revive it. This tells the story of St. Paul's in such a beautiful way that it's a miss if I don't tell it again in this setting. This is called a visual map. It has a lot of little, icons here and there, an island, something called homelessness. Before I get into it, I just want you to take a minute just to look at it, just see what you think, and I'm gonna explain what these little pictures are in a story, in a narrative that will tell our story. Again, you may have seen that before, but I love it so much. That is my way of explaining what is it that we do at St. Paul's in a simple visual way. And remember, though, the fundraising event, it's about the food program, but our mission doesn't stop there. Our mission is to serve individuals experiencing homelessness. So let me start with our story here. And we can go to the next slide here. Now that you've seen the whole thing, I want to draw your attention to the upper left-hand side of the visual map, where you see kind of an island and the word homelessness is written on it, and you see a dungeon door with a lot of chains in it. Well, the door is a representation of the state hospitals way back in the 70s when they started closing down. They started closing down, and there were individuals who were in the state institutions for 10, 20, 30 years. And as a matter of fact, the first client that I got back in 1986 was an individual who got out of the institution. He's been there for 30 years. And I was his case manager back in 1986. So back in the 70s, 80s, those doors closed down and everybody was discharged to the streets. That created almost like kind of a crisis, an issue of homelessness almost overnight. The number of homeless individuals kind of doubled here, tripled, quadrupled. And the visual representation for that is just an island. Once an individual, whether it was in the 70s or today, once an individual becomes homeless, it's a feeling of isolation is overwhelming. Cold, as one of my friends says, homelessness is cold and it's alone, it's an isolation. And people get homeless today for different reasons. You see the picture of maybe car keys, almost as an indication that somebody may be living in his car. Still, he feels alone and isolated. Maybe somebody did not take the medication, and then a crisis hit, a mental health issue crisis hit, ended up in the hospital, lost his housing, ended up homeless. Boom, back in this island of homelessness. Maybe somebody lost a job, doesn't have enough savings. Boom, he hit the thank you so much, the homelessness status. And if you see again in this little circle that we drew, individuals are trying to get out of this island, but sometimes they may have the wrong equipment, like a bicycle in an island heading the wrong way. Or you may see the picture of an individual, a family member, trying to push somebody out of homelessness. Just go do something. And they push them out back into maybe a more isolated place. So that's how a person feels. All of a sudden that condition hits them, feels alone, isolated, homeless. And I want to tell you more about the visual map as the evening progresses. But first, we wanna kind of switch to something else now. Don't go away. I have more stories to tell you about this one.
We had a lot more donations.
Donations.
Yeah.
Let me see here right now. We got many more donations. We got Dreamon got a $10 from Dump here, and we got Gail got a donation from TT. Thank you, TT, for your donation.
Go this way.
Dream On Music received a donation from, Looney Soy Sauce. Thank you so much for your donation. And again, Dream On got another donation from West Sider. Thank you, West Sider 29, for your donation. Gloria, I know you very well. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your donation. That is awesome. I appreciate your support. I always appreciated your support. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for being with us tonight, and thank you for your donations. We have many interviews lined up for you. I want to tell you how that story ends with St. Paul's Community Center. So please don't go away. Stay tuned. We have a lot of exciting things for you to see, to watch, and we're going right now to
Dream On.
Dream On, Dream On, Dream On. Now remember, Dream On has a repertoire, a catalog of 6,000 songs. Man, sometimes I can't even count that high, let alone know the songs. She's gonna donate a song for us, and then the highest donor for !dree, D-R-E-E, will get to choose a song out of the 6,000, and we're all gonna hear it tonight. So let's check in with her. Reina, you want to check in with her, please?
I'm excited to check in with her.
Yeah.
You are the dancing queen. Raina, welcome in. Okay, wait. So let us know, because I tried to find it. Where is this where is it? If somebody wants to be generous and give Stream Elements a sub, I would really appreciate it, so we can have those lovely emotes working again. Be so appreciated. Where can we see you guys streaming right now on YouTube? I was trying to find it. Is it on YouTube? Let me know. Let me see here. It's on YT SCPP Toledo. That's what I thought. Okay. So we are restreaming on YouTube right now for SPCC SCPP. Am I saying it wrong? Let me try that. Hold on. Which one is it? What's up, Drunkle Zan? I put SPCC. That's what I've been saying. Okay, SPCC. That's what I have here. SPCC. Okay. If you guys, that's the information about this wonderful cause. And if you guys want to donate, we are doing song requests for all donations. And you can hit that. This is my personal link right there. The YMCA, right? I'm not good with acronyms at all. Let me be honest. You can donate. You can purchase a ticket. All kind of things. Let me see. We've got donations so far from Westsider, Don B here, Looney Soy Sauce. Thank you so much. You guys can join in just a $5 donation and request a song for this wonderful cause. So appreciated. Up next, we've got Dreams Fleetwood Mac for Westsider. I love that song. Great song. Yeah, I don't know with the acronyms. I'm always bad. Everything okay? You have a bug bite. I know. I do have a big bug bite.
All right. Thank you, Gail. You know, I love the ABBA. I love the 70s. St. Paul started in the 70s. That was very appropriate. You know, and somebody's going to get to pick the second song. First, let me tell you the glitches of live streaming. I'm looking at my trusted friend here, Raina, and she says, Joe, you're off the air. So I said, great, let me get my pop. And I'm starting to drink like there's no tomorrow.
It's because you're a dancing
And then I
queen.
noticed, I say, Raina, I see myself on the left-hand side here. Am I on? She said, yeah, Joe, you are on. But anyway, these are the things that happened in live streaming.
You trust me more now, don't you?
I trust you more. And guess who else I trust? I trust Epworth United Methodist Church. You know, thank you, Epworth United Methodist Church. They have been with us, I'm going to say, from day one. They are a great supporter of St. Paul's, whether it's individuals, whether it's the church, whether it's the volunteers, whether it's they give from their heart. And I want to send this word to them. Epworth United Methodist Church has always anchored itself in the principles of love, compassion, and community service. As a sponsor of St. Paul's Community Center, Epworth firmly believes in the mission to provide essential resources to those in need within our community. For decades, St. Paul's Community Center has been a beacon of hope, offering hot meals, emergency assistance, and supportive services to individuals facing adversity. Together with Epworth United Methodist Church, St. Paul's has served as a refuge for countless individuals who are experiencing homelessness, poverty, or other hardships. Over the many years that Epworth has supported SPCC, they ensured that no one is left without a warm meal, a friendly smile, or the support they need to regain stability in their lives. By sponsoring St. Paul's Community Center, Epworth United Methodist Church continues to demonstrate our commitment to building a stronger, more inclusive Toledo community. Epworth believes that no one should be left behind or forgotten, and they are willing to stand side by side with organizations like St. Paul's to make a tangible difference. We urge each and every one of you here this evening to join us in thanking Epworth United Methodist Church. Together, we provide a lifeline to individuals who need it most. And together, let us create a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. And with that, I want to check in again with St. Paul's Community Community Center with Tom Wanuski, who has as a guest right now for the next 5, 6, 7 minutes, Julie Wood, who's on our board of trustees. Julie has very interesting stories to tell us, and I want to turn it over to them.
Anniversary of providing emergency transitional shelter for folks in the community, and I'm with Julie Wood. She's a board member here at St. Paul's, and you've been about 5 years on the board, 4 years on the board?
I joined November of 2019.
Okay, yeah, and how did that joining come about?
I have always been passionate about serving people who are on the margins, and Joe had approached me through an Epworth event, actually, and
Epworth United Methodist Church, yeah.
yes, I was serving as outreach chair there, and I had an event that I invited some of St. Paul's residents to. Joe also attended, and later on had approached me to be on the board, and I gladly said yes.
Yeah.
One of my best decisions.
Good. We're glad to have you, and the Epworth community has been very supportive of St. Paul's.
Yes, they
so
have.
If you have any Epworth people watching, we hope you can pull out your checkbook and continue to support the great work here for this. What do you find to be the most fulfilling about being on the board? I'm sure there are a number of things, but tell me what you've seen since in those 4 years being on the board.
For me, it's really about being able to meet people where they're at with compassion, suspending my own journey about what's right and wrong, and being able to listen to people on the margins, and being able to listen to stories and to meet people has allowed me to be a voice, to come back as a board member to be a voice for those who often don't have a voice. And so that, to me, is my favorite part of being a board member. I've got to see all kinds of things happen through that. I've got to, talk with women who were outside of St. Paul's, covered in wet blankets, and realize there's a real need for laundry for people who aren't residents. And through that, now we have laundry facilities, and to be able to be part of just bringing some of these concerns of things that I'm seeing to the board, and then getting to see things actually come into play and make a real difference.
Yeah. I will say that you are one of the more active board members that I've been around. I've served on some boards, but you're at just about every event that I've been at, and just seeing that. In fact, I think one time we were at an event, you were relaying a story about a couple of folks that you ended up putting in a hotel room. I don't want to put you on the spot on that story, but that's a good story. Can you share a little bit about that?
That was actually just a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and they're actually both here right now at St. Paul's. The beds have opened up. So, sure, one woman was, she was living under the bushes by the library, carrying the urn of her husband's ashes. And she's a senior. I got a call from the area office on aging about her, and asking if we could help. Turned out she had mobility issues and just needed, she needed a walker. So I'm like, well, let's start there. And the Ability Center provided a walker. And Joe, he actually, we realized there wasn't beds available yet. He had helped pay for a hotel as well. And everybody kind of came together. It was just such a great collaboration of everybody coming together. Joe was able to get me clothes, toiletries, things that I needed for her to put, to get her set up in the hotel while we waited for a bed to be open. When I went to go get her and had that walker, there was another woman with her who was severely beaten, black and blue. There was another organization there with her, and they were in the same predicament. There's not enough beds. So they had no idea what to do. And I'm like, well, we're getting this hotel. And this lady was gracious enough to say, you can come share the room until these beds open up. So we took both women. Both women ended up here. And now they're connected to all kinds of services, and they're well on their way to permanent housing.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's
So
a good
it's
story.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yeah. No, and we have just a short amount of time here. Just very briefly, anything else you wanted to add about your involvement here and what you've done in the past?
I'm involved with another organization, Lifeline Toledo, and we host community dinners. So again, this last month was their 16th anniversary, and there were so many people there, including many of them who were experiencing homelessness. And I had to set up a little corner of chairs there in the parking lot because people had just kept coming to me. So I was able to get quite a few connected with 2-in-1. There's actually 2 more people here from that dinner here now, and one of them was brought in this morning. This young man has struggled with mental illness for several years, and he's very vulnerable, been taken advantage of. And one of the things that St. Paul's does is they have a pay program. They also are able to, and that helps with people who are sometimes getting taken advantage of. This gentleman's money is going to his abuser. And he can't get his bank card because the bank card got mailed to the abuser's house. So I was able to tell him, hey, we have an address you can use here at St. Paul's. So you can have a safe place to receive your mail. You can also work with payee, so you don't have somebody else managing your money who's going to take advantage of you. So those services are just really critical for people who are vulnerable, our most vulnerable population. People are constantly trying to take advantage. So those protect people who aren't even residents. The other services such as the laundry and being able to come in off the street and take a shower, even if you're not a resident here, these things offer just so much hope and so much dignity to people who don't have it. And those little things, it just makes a world of hope for people.
Yeah.
And
well, you bring a lot of hope being on our board and your connections out in the community, linking some of those collaborations. And so we appreciate that, Julie.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time
Thank you.
and everything. We're going to be talking with Mike Hart from the Mental Health Board, as well as John Irwin coming up. Joe, back to you.
All right. Well, that was awesome, and I'm excited to hear from Mike. Next, we have Mike Hart, the executive director of the Toledo Homelessness Board, and let's turn it over again to Tom and Mike. Welcome, Mike.
Homelessness Board. Yes, I'm getting all my acronyms and everything set aside. Tell me a little bit about what you do and how the Homelessness Board works in the community overall.
Absolutely. So we've talked a lot about the different resources and needs in the community. And the government, and largely the federal government, for a long time has invested in things like affordable housing. And over the past 40 years or so, they've started to invest in homelessness and homelessness assistance grants. And so as part of that, to deploy those resources and ensure they get into the community in a way that can have a positive impact at reducing homelessness, we have to have a collaborative effort to ensure that those resources are being used in a way that's prudent, that's creating great outcomes for those it's meant to serve, but also that we can plan and coordinate and overcome some of the barriers that we encounter every day together. So our role is to really further that collaboration and help to accelerate solutions to end homelessness.
And that is no easy task, because you're working with a number of agencies and trying to satisfy opinions of the specific agencies and how to solve it. You're dealing with state and federal guidelines that seem to be changing almost annually. How do you do it, I guess? What keeps everything going in your organization?
Well, the important thing is that our role is to help lead and coordinate, but really the direction and what the needs are, what the policy changes or procedural changes that are required should come from our partners, and it should come from partners like St. Paul's. So we work with 40 organizations who are members of what's called the Continuum of Care, and we have regular meetings and different committees to really zero in on some of these difficult challenges that we all face in serving those who are experiencing homelessness. And that helps to give us guidance on what are the priorities and what do we need to do with the resources in our community. But of course, even as a collective community, some of these issues are really systemic, and they derive from big systemic issues that are hard for even one community to solve. We have not built affordable housing in this country in a significant way for almost 40 years. Billions of dollars in decrease in funding of affordable housing specifically. At the same time, wage rates have not kept up. So in Ohio alone, out of the top 10 jobs in terms of number of Ohioans who have those types of jobs, only 3 would allow you to afford a modest 2-bedroom apartment. So when the economy and the jobs and wages aren't keeping up with inflation, and we're also not building housing, that creates a really dire situation when it comes to accessing housing. And at the end of the day, homelessness is solved by a home. And we want to put that first and make sure we're focused on increasing the number of housing developments and across the board, just the number of housing opportunities that are available.
So of the 40 agencies, give me a little bit of the finances about how the money from your agency is dispersed, because you're in essence clearinghouse may be the wrong word, but you're definitely taking the state and federal money and then using it on a more local level, because you working with us are the experts. How does that money parse out, if you can explain a little about that?
There are 2 main homeless assistance grants that are funded through the federal government. One is the Emergency Solutions Grant, and that's through the city of Toledo. So we work collaboratively, the Continuum of Care works with the city to create a funding application and process to apply for those funds. That funds emergency shelter, it funds rapid rehousing and permanent supportive housing, as well as some of the other pieces like what United Way does with coordinated access. And also HMIS. How do we track this? How do we ensure that we understand what the real picture is by leveraging data?
HMIS being an information system.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So we know, so we have the statistics that say X number of homeless individuals, how many have been housed, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
And then the second homeless assistance grant is the Continuum of Care program, and that funds street outreach. So that ensures that if there are individuals who are experiencing unsheltered homelessness, that we can engage those individuals, whether or not they want to access shelter, and try to build trust and rapport and what they need, identify what they need to help create a pathway to housing. So those are really important resources, and it kind of works hand in hand with what emergency shelter does for our community. But then the rest of those programs are funding rapid rehousing. St. Paul's actually receives a rapid rehousing grant, and that allows to provide up to 12 to 24 months of rental assistance and support to really stabilize the situation as people are exiting homelessness and becoming rehoused. And then hopefully they can graduate to a place of even greater stability and not needing that full rental subsidy. And then finally, we also fund permanent supportive housing, which that has no time limit to it. The subsidy will stay with you, and the supportive services are indefinite as long as that individual so chooses and the support is appropriate. So those are long-term programs that provide rental subsidy, ensure there's a safe, healthy, accessible, and affordable place to call home. And then also works with those individuals to say, what else do you need in your life? Is it workforce opportunity? Is it mental health resources? Or it could be furniture. Really understanding that a person is more than their current situation, and working with them to identify what their hopes and dreams are and help build toward those.
Yeah, and Julie Wood from our board mentioned a little of that in the sense that when you come in here, okay, and we can get you stabilized. Well, St. Paul's now has a payee program that if they became homeless because they're spending money here or they're giving it to somebody that then they don't have it toward rent, or even food, we can help manage their bills. We have about 600 clients that we are able to work with. The other thing you mentioned, Mike, which I really you hit upon, and I hope the audience understands, is many folks who are homeless are a little reluctant to receive help. They want to be left alone. Our winter crisis allows people to come in here because many, even in the most dire circumstances, in the summer they might sleep somewhere else outside, but it's difficult. Julie's story about the woman sleeping under a bush at the library. But at the winter crisis, they'll come here, we double our capacity, and that allows us then to just make some initial, how you doing? Can we help you with anything? We got a couple of washers and dryers here we can help you with. So that whole interaction to establish their trust and to show that we really want to help them, I think is very important.
That's critical. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're one of our neighbors who's experiencing homelessness, many systems have failed you. And as a society, it's really unacceptable that we allow for homelessness to exist, because it doesn't exist in the same pervasive ways in other countries that are developed. So we have to understand that there is a fundamental mistrust with systems, because those systems are inherently biased, and they have helped create the conditions that our friends are experiencing. And it does just take time and trust. And I think the most important thing is that we honor where that person is and meet them there. And also make sure that anything that we're doing in terms of supporting those individuals is really centered on what they've identified as their needs. So, you know, I think that has proven again and again, if you can give people the time and attention that they deserve just by being a human, then you can really help to change the course and build that trust and gain traction toward a better.
And I think that's what we've been talking about in all of our interviews here, is the dignity and trying to help them in that regard. Quickly, final question. And you pointed out or alluded to the fact that there's a shortage of affordable housing after this. What if you had to put, open up your crystal ball, where do you see Toledo and Lucas County in the near future as it relates to homelessness? A push to build affordable housing or what?
Well, I think we have a number of successes in the pipeline. Right now, there's about 600 affordable housing units that'll be coming online in the next 5 years.
Okay.
2 of those are permanent supportive housing projects, Toledo Warren Commons with Task of Northwest Ohio, and then Lucas Metropolitan and Harbor are partnering on the Park Hotel, which will provide permanent supportive housing for those who are 18 to 24 years old, who are transitioning perhaps out of foster care or otherwise are experiencing homelessness at an early point in their lives, understanding that if we can provide the appropriate support early, then those issues might not carry on as they grow in age. But so yes, we have to continue to build affordable housing, but we also have to look at how can we expand other resources, like the Housing Authority's Housing Choice Voucher Program or other rental assistance programs. How can we work with multi-family housing providers and have an alternate preference for homelessness that gives greater access to more units? So it really has to be an across-the-board approach because the deficit in terms of what we need is so great.
I thought I knew a few things, but I'm taking notes because all the guests have provided some good input as to what is happening that I really even wasn't aware of. So thank you, Mike Hart. Appreciate it, from Toledo Lucas County
Thank you.
Homelessness Board. Appreciate all the work that you're doing with all the agencies. I know that can be difficult, but you're doing a yeoman's job. Thanks. We're tossing it back to you, I think, Joe.
Well, thank you, Tom and Mike, for this wonderful interview. And by the way, we're going to post all these interviews in our social media. I truly enjoy it. There's a lot of information there. A lot of things are happening in Toledo about homelessness. And, I hope you will watch us again on Facebook at SPCC Toledo. Now, a word from our sponsors, Dana Corporation. Dana has been a great supporter of St. Paul's Community Center. I want to kind of show my support to them by showing this very, very short video of 30 seconds about Dana Corporation. Reina, can we play it, please?
Climate change is one of the most significant challenges of our time. So now, more than ever, the world needs dreamers and doers. But what we need most? Dreamers that do. At Dana, we power innovation to move our world. Our 40,000 people in over 30 countries partner with those who think without limits to advance a better tomorrow. It's at the heart of everything we do and why we've supported our customers' e-propulsion journey for decades. We are the only supplier with in-house capabilities to deliver all elements of a fully integrated electrified system across all mobility markets anywhere in the world. We lead by example, not only with the clean energy technologies we design, but in how we manufacture to protect a shared planet that intersects every aspect of our lives. It's a high bar, and we keep raising it. Living an extraordinary life means making a positive impact where it matters most. We are Dana, people finding a better way.
All right, we are back. Thank you, Dana Corporation. Thank you, all the supporters, for showing so much compassion to individuals experiencing homelessness. You know, here at St. Paul's, we take the issue of homelessness very seriously. This is why we work very hard. We have wonderful staff. As you heard in the interviews, we are all committed to helping solve this human condition. Also, we do fun things as well. You know, the money that we raise here tonight goes to the food program. It also goes to buying some maybe outings for some of our clients who cannot afford, for example, going to the Toledo Zoo or going to the outings. All that money is going towards that as well. You know, speaking of fun things, I promised you earlier that a $5 donation will get you to enter a word for our talented rapper here, Beat Cleaver, to incorporate it into his song. It's time to see if he can live up to this challenge. I'm sure he will. He's wonderful. You're gonna like him. Right now, we're gonna switch to him now. You know, and see what's going on with him in the UK, which is, by the way, about 11, or it's about 1:30 over there right now.
It's about 1:30, so wake him up, guys.
Wake him up, exactly.
No, Stevie-O, please don't be sorry. Mate, you're being kind to me. Eater Dad's coming through with another raid. Let's go! Welcome in, Eater Dads. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the shout out. Lindsay, I'm assuming. We are live on SPCC right now. Guys, you're going to have to just hold on for a minute because we need to talk to our hosts at SPCC. Much love to Raina Mystique for getting us on board to make some music with you all. So welcome in, Eater Dads. I am going to make you a song in just a hot minute, but we have got to address the individuals that are currently watching us over here on YouTube. So massive shout out to St. Paul's Community Centre for all the hard work and wonderful things that you've been up to. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here making music with you all to raise money for your organization. So yeah, my name is Beat Cleaver. I'm a beatboxer, live loop artist, and freestyle rapper. I make music, improvise. So basically, what I want to invite you to do is, if you're in a position where you can make a donation to the charity, please put some words in, link me to it, and I would like to take your words and make some songs out of them. Basically, so we're gonna freestyle everything. So let's get all nice and warmed up. So Eater Dads, as a thank you for the raid, do you want to give me some words? And we can kick it off and we can show our friends over on YouTube what is going on. Raina, I've got the YouTube open and I'm seeing our host, not me. Oh, we're good. We're good. Literally as I said it. Fuselage. Can you explain what fuselage means? It'll give me a bit of a better understanding of how to use the word. And then sequoia. Which sequoia is that a plant? It's a tailpipe for an airplane. A tailpipe for an airplane. A fuselage. What's up? We speak English good. Welcome in, friends. Nice to have you all here. Welcome to the show. Right, let's get this beat rolling.
We speak English good. Welcome to the spaceship. Smack of flavor. Welcome to the spaceship.
Let's get a bass line in here and then let's make some. Thank you to all the new followers. Yeah.
Welcome to the spaceship.
Yo, hopefully you'll come through for this, cause I'm burning out the back of my fuselage. I don't know if that is the proof you need to be an understanding that I can fly with ease, cause I know that I will be the spaceship, the flying like a UFO and trying to find the graces, cause you know that it is taking me euphoria. I'm gonna be the roots like a sequoia, trying to find the right vowels for the words as the syllables are congregating, trying to find the works. Auntie Helen just came and followed me. Big shout out to the legend in the chat family. Like, thank you for the people that came through. Thank you for the SPCC coming to the groove. Thank you for the vibes that you're bringing to your energy. I love it when the space comes through, it's the remedy. Cause you know that we just take words and make bars. We just wanna aim for the stars. You know that I'm trying to be the one for the best. You know that we're spacing this for the homeless. New to Twitch, the Stevie O's GF. Auntie Helen coming through, we're hitting them wrecks. Cause you know that we are homeless. Try to, yo, some days in my privilege I'm feeling blessed, cause I know that we are doing it for the homeless, cause I know that we are living away from these, know that we are doing it for the home free. Try to be like the rock in the ocean, I'm steady, try to find the heavy notion, I am ready, try to understand what we are doing. Rocking privilege and hitting them grooving. You know that it is for this charity that we raise money to support these needs, cause you know that it is infected in place. Every single society has this space, has a place where people can go and be sanctuary for where they can eat, finding the warmth, finding soup, finding the job application so they can get some hope. Try to find the right place to go and cope, cause you know that we are generating smoke. Make the right vibes and we're hitting and provoked. Try to understand that we're hitting off the song. You know, we gotta get these words on the chat, so thank you to the YouTube clan coming through, yeah. Massive shout out to whoever it was that made the donation for the words for homeless and home free. Yeah. This is how we do. If you can donate to the charity, then please do. This is how we do. Say, this is how we do. If you can donate to the charity today, then please do. Yeah. Yo, it's alright, man. I wanna come through for these. Cause you know that we can be a brave new reality. Come together close, family, community. Cause I know that we are finding the new flows. I have never been to Toledo, but I imagine it's a beautiful place, because you got people like St. John's hitting it in space. It's a wonderful thing to be kind, to find the empathy to help you unwind. Because you know that we can connect as people, try to treat each other as everyone's equal. Cause I know that we are breaking it down, try to find an understanding of this forsaken sound. Cause you know that we could be so proud that we are living in our best damn lives now. You know that we should do this together. So thank you for the love you're giving forever. Thank you to the people hanging out on YouTube, listening to this live stream, it's a right groove. You know that we need to go and adhere, make music for the people to be here. You know that I need to adhere, to make new music for the people to appear.
Hello, everybody, again. And I want to thank Beat Cleaver for his wonderful rap,
You know, he did it. He came through. He lived up to the challenge as we live up to the challenge here at St. Paul's, as you are living up to the challenge. We raised during this evening close to, let me see, I have about $538 that we raised tonight, which is wonderful. I will take every dollar that you can spare to go to the homeless. Thank you again, everybody who supported us, but we still have a lot of programming to do. First, let me just tell you a little bit about one of our great supporters, Therma-Tru Doors. Just a statement about them. I want to tell you about them. They've been supporting us for years, and we are proud to announce Therma-Tru's Doors as a sponsor for SPCC Toledo. With their durable and stylish doors, Therma-Tru offers us the opportunity to create a warm and inviting environment for our community. Together, we can open doors to a better future. Thank you, Therma-Tru, for your support. And remember, guys, together we can open a lot of housing doors for individuals who experience homelessness. With that, I want to go back to a little bit more to a serious note right now and switch to my visual map as soon as I put it on my screen here. You know, I told you a little bit earlier about the left-hand side of the screen, and I'm going to go to a different slide here, slide number 3, Reina, if you please. Draw your attention to where individuals are swimming across the river. Earlier, I was telling you how people are isolated in this island of homelessness, trying to find an exit, and a lot of individuals try to find housing on their own, try to swim for it, if you will. And if you look at the visual representation of the visual map, you will see that they will encounter a lot of obstacles, maybe vertexes on the road, maybe logs are setting them back. Maybe you see here, kind of off the screen, off the spotlight, a little bit of a speedboat, which is a representation of something making waves and setting them back. And I'm going to tell you what that is a little bit in a nutshell. A wave could be something that other organizations are putting together as a rule and regulation, but creates an obstacle for the homeless. The biggest example I can give you is a simple ID. When you and I go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to renew our license or our ID, the first thing they do is they take your picture, your address, and so on, and they don't hand you that ID. They tell you, we will mail it to you. And when you're homeless, mailing you something is a problem. Where are they gonna mail it to? And that's a small little example of the wave that's been created in good intention, maybe just to control fraud, but it created a wave to the homeless that sets them further back. And there's plenty of examples like these. So again, you know, the point I'm trying to make here, that individuals try to make it on their own and find housing. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't have the skill to look for places. They don't have the skill to move forward. And sometimes waves are created. It sets them back. With that, I'm going to switch to another slide here. In the middle of the page, where the spotlight shows the services that we offer at St. Paul's Community Center to get them from that island of homelessness, bridging over housing. All the services that are being offered are explained in a nutshell in this visual map. We start with our mission. If you see people kind of like fishing people out of the sea, out of the water with a fish net, that's a representation that our community, St. Paul's Community Center, is the safety net for the community. When individuals don't have any other place to go, they go to St. Paul's. We heard about the Winter Crisis Program, which is represented right here with this little cot. We service the shelter. You see a person sleeping in a bed. We have a 35-bed facility in which we turn over more than 200 individuals a year. You see an individual here getting a meal, a hot, nutritious meal. That's a representation of our food program that we serve 53,000 meals to the homeless. You see in the back a person taking showers. Our community is open for anybody. I'm sorry, our center is open for anybody in the community to come in and clean up. Not only take a shower, we have clothing. If you see here the Andersons, that's an old picture, individuals, just kind of taking clothes off the shelf and so on. We do have clothing for individuals who otherwise need a coat or need socks or need personal hygiene items. Not only they come in to take a shower, they also, we have the ability to close them as well. And nowadays, we just had the grand opening for our laundry facility as well. Individuals can come to St. Paul's and do their laundry for free right here at St. Paul's. We have phone charging stations that individuals can come in and do that for free. Or they can kind of come in and it's a drop-in center. It's a respite from the cold, a respite from the heat. They can come in and rest and maybe talk to our friendly staff. So there's a variety of different services that we have. And you may see here a person in the very back, just kind of writing a check almost to somebody else. That's a visual representation of our biggest homeless prevention program, which is the Social Security Payee program. We have more than 600 people on this program, and they all receive Social Security benefits, and we manage the funds for them. Had it not been for us, who manage the funds for them, those individuals most likely are going to hit homelessness. So we receive the checks with them, we sit down with them, we develop a budget, we make sure rent is paid, we make sure utilities are paid, we make sure they have food, we make sure they're connected to the community, and that's how people secure housing stability. We do have a variety of other services. Here's the mail. You see a mailman right here. Any individual in the community can use our address to receive their mail. And this is a huge service for individuals experiencing homelessness, to receive a U.S. mail, something that you and I take for granted. With that, I'm going to leave it here right now. I'm going to come back to the visual map, but we have a lot more programming here. I know we're pushing against the clock. Thank you for sticking with us, but we still have raffles. We still have the painting. We haven't checked with the painting yet. Is it time to check with the painting or dream on, Reina?
I say that we should maybe thank some of the donations that have came in.
Yeah, let's see. That's right. We got a lot of donations.
Or we could do a Mancy's raffle. What are you thinking? We could do both. We could do all.
We could do all of them. We gotta do all of them.
options.
Some of them. Let's leave the Mancy's raffle till the end. A little bit. There's a big surprise. I want people to hang on here, and between you and me and all the viewers, I wish I wanted too. I love their food. I really do.
Oh, wow.
It's an experience. It's an experience. If you haven't tried Mancy's, I'll tell you, I can't. I don't know what to say. I'm baffled with the service, with the quality of the food, with the atmosphere, ambience. Just wonderful. Just an experience. So let's see. I see we're checking in with the painter right now.
Gail's community is asking when the raffle is, and I know we've gotten.
Oh yeah.
I know we've gotten some donations in for the raffle. So if you entered Gail's raffle, Ziggy got 2 donations for that.
Thank you, Ziggy.
See Chris McConnell got 1 donation for that.
Thank you, Chris, again.
Let's see. I'm trying to check. And TT got one raffle ticket. So there's 4.
TT, you're killing it.
There's 4 raffle tickets for this watercolor that is being painted live. And when I show you guys the progress that's been made,
let's see it.
It's really beautiful.
Oh, it's coming together.
It really is.
Remember, that's a close-up too.
Let's go check in on her. I'm gonna turn her up, and we can listen and we can talk and do all the things. But let's turn her up. You know what? I'm going to donate to this. Am I muted? We're talking. No, you're not muted. We're talking. Good. Gail, I'm going to tell Gail we're here, but also, while I'm talking, I'm going to donate to Gail because I want to win this. I actually have some Gail art on my wall as we speak.
I saw it. It's beautiful.
Isn't it so nice? But I need more. Yeah. So, if you guys want to compete against me for this.
Yeah.
There's another challenge. That's the challenge of the minute, not the challenge of the hour.
the challenge of the minute.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, thank you, Gail community, for entering that raffle, and thank you, SPCC community, for also supporting Gail's community and Gail as well, and supporting
everybody.
St. Paul's in the process.
We're making leeway on
All
this.
right.
Stronger together. We even have ourselves a
It's
little
coming
sunshine in the
together
corner.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So now there are officially 6 entries for this raffle.
That's a high chance to win it.
It's coming to
He
me.
wants to win this
Yep.
piece.
I don't know what to tell you guys. It's coming to me.
Now remember,
Well,
that's the
I
highest
made
donor.
the odds be ever in your favor.
No, this is $10 per
This
ticket.
is, hold on,
$10
I
per
keep
ticket.
confusing these two. Excuse me, guys, it's been a long day.
I'm doing live long
You
and
know,
prosper.
I can't blame it on Monday. Usually I blame it on Monday,
great.
but I can't blame it on
Sometimes.
Monday today. Okay.
This is going to be
$10 will
obvious
get you a
stuff.
ticket, a raffle
Now, you guys
ticket.
can't
So
see the
enter
whole
2,
vision
3,
behind
4,
this,
5
and I'll
times.
share the photo reference in which I created. This is an original drawn-up piece by yours truly, Abigail Pixler. I make
You know, it's
music
always
under
amazing
the
to me how people have that
West.
steady hand and they can draw with that precision.
I'm
And remember, she did the sketch beforehand because 2 hours is not long enough to do the whole thing.
Yes.
So she sketched that beforehand, but she did it by hand from scratch, and now she's painting it.
And
Do you want to
So-
know that we have a viewer from South Korea in the chat?
Do we really?
We sure do.
Oh my God, we have reached to South Korea. We have a
SPCC
viewer.
is global. I'm
Oh,
gonna
nice.
ask Gail if she can
Global,
zoom
but,
out.
but the supporters are local.
Yes.
You know.
Let's see. I'm gonna ask Gail if we can get a zoom out as soon as I can type this. There's a lot going on, guys. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for. Oh, thank you, Ziggy, for asking her to zoom out for us. You're really saving me
be a
here.
surgeon with.
And then we want to thank some of the spot supporters. So
And Taylor just supported your campaign too. Thank you, Taylor,
Taylor,
for doing that. Awesome, Taylor. Taylor wants to win it. It seems.
Taylor, why you coming for my donation? For my art.
You guys can compete.
Other than
So we have Taylor donated for this amazing watercolor. That's gonna look.
Oh, here we go.
That's gonna look so good
Here
in
we
my
go.
house, you guys.
They will actually will look good in anybody's house. You know? And look at that message: stronger together, stronger together. How true! It's just 2 simple words, but aren't we all stronger together?
letting me
Especially
know.
right here in our community.
Yes.
We are stronger because of you,
I'm still
because
talking
you're
to you.
watching
You can't
tonight,
hear me.
because you're donating, because you're participating, and we're stronger because of our supporters, our funders. We are stronger all together, stronger together.
Thank you for those crowd participation emojis there. Mighty,
We
mighty.
have
Like I said,
another
I hope this
interview to get
painting
to.
finds a
Yes,
good
indeed.
home
We have
to someone who
we
will
have
appreciate
several
the
more
message
things to
that we
do.
are stronger.
So we might as well
Together.
get going.
Are you guys
right now.
are you guys enjoying yourselves? What's been the highlight of this event for you tonight so far?
We were meant for relationships.
I'll tell you. Let me just people answer. But I would say, you know, at St. Paul's we do things. We are, again, like I said before, very serious about our work. We take it very seriously. We check in the office, and our objective is to house people and connect them with community resources. But we do this in a lot of fun as well. As you've seen tonight, you know, we made donations fun. We don't want you just to write a check. Actually, we do want you to do that. But we want you to have fun doing it. And hopefully we brought some fun into donations tonight. And also we want to also send a message out that we're very focused and serious about the work that we do. So what's been fun for me actually is the meat of it all, those interviews. I learned a lot tonight. And remember, guys, we will post all these interviews on our social media very soon. So stay tuned on Facebook, Instagram. You know, you will see it coming. And can we go to the interviews now, Reina?
We sure can. Let me give them a countdown so they know we're coming, so that they don't expose any of their deep secrets.
All right, or they drink pop while we're in the air, or somebody forgets to take them off the camera.
Who's gonna
That's
volunteer to be my arms?
These are the live things. These are the glitches that I prepared you about earlier. But you know what? That's a fun thing. You know, sometimes you gotta have fun in the process.
We're gonna go to Tom and John.
Joe and Raina are joking.
Yeah, they're just.
Okay, Joe and Raina, thank you very much. Tom Winooski, St. Paul's Community Center, here with you now, live along with John Irwin, the Director of Finance. My friend, it's always good to talk with you. And now it's all recorded and everything going live. So this will be fun. Tell me, what does the Director of Finance at St. Paul's Community Center do exactly?
Well, it's part of my job to keep track of all the donations that come in from the folks in the community, the churches and individuals, as well as the many funders that we have, the city and the state and the federal, like Mike Hart was talking about, United Way, and to manage those funds to make sure that they're utilized appropriately to the programs that they're directed towards.
And you showed me the other day John's file, and this is one thing I like about John, and he and I are kind of the same. You got to have everything in its place and in order. That's how you stay organized. But you showed me this file folder of the top 10,
yes,
in essence. So it's such a diverse portfolio, if you will, of where we get our funds. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Right. Well, the rapid rehousing and the permanent supportive housing are separate programs, and those are very useful for the folks here that are experiencing homelessness, to help them to get housing. And then emergency solutions grants, like Mike Hart was talking about, we have that. We have the United Way. The programs we have are the shelter, where we have 35 beds and provide meals for those folks. And then also the payee program that we have, like the 500 or 600 clients that you talked about with the payee program.
A couple of things that we would like to do in raising money is we could probably add to our payee staff. There surely is a need to go beyond the 500-600 that we serve now. The other thing, and I've been bringing this up occasionally in our conversations, is the winter crisis. So we're pursuing some funding. We just need new cots. And so that's how we work in bringing the funds in, you and I.
Yes.
Because if I can bring it in, it's up to you to make sure it's spent in the right pot. Is that fair to say?
That is fair. You know, you mentioned winter crisis. The Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, that is a very good supporter for the folks here at St. Paul's. They provide funding for the winter crisis and for the shelter and also for the payee program. So that's where we get a lot of our funding to help keep these programs going. And yes, the payee program has more clients out there than we're able to serve. So we may be looking at growing that program.
The other thing that and Julie Wood, our board member, brought it up earlier about how they've added the laundry facility, if you will, so anyone can, we take that for granted, of washing our clothes regularly, and folks don't have that, the homeless that we serve. But anybody who is even not that we're working with can come in and do that. How did that whole funding thing come about? I don't want to be putting you on the spot, but something that specific or like that, if Julie had the idea about, hey, we need to have a washer and dryer, then where does the brain trust go to say, let's go pursue money from that?
That's an excellent question. One of the local churches said, we want to support a project at St. Paul's. What is that, something that we can do specifically? So Julie and the board had the idea for this commercial laundry, and then the church was able to sponsor that, as well as the Toledo Community Foundation. There was a grant that was provided by a family grant to help with that. So we have now created the laundry area called the Lost Sock. That's the name of the program.
That's right. Yeah. You've had a lost sock or two, I'm going to guess, too.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Another, along with the laundry, where we have the winter crisis here during the winter time, it's about 90 days when it's the coldest of the weather. Most recently, ProMedica has provided funding for us to have heaters. So the people, when they're in the queue to get into the building, or some people go outside and smoke. You know, it's an area that they can stay warm and not have to be outside in the chill.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, only in the sense that, well, you know, dollars would be coming in large part from the homelessness board, but it's sometimes these several hundred or several $1,000 donations that really have a large impact on some of the basic needs. So we don't need $100,000 to put in a couple of washers and dryers. So those little donations really add up for what we're doing.
They do. They're helping to provide cots and linen, you know, sheets for the cots, and a good warm blanket and a pillow. You know, people want to sleep with a pillow and some good nourishment when you come in out of the cold as well.
Treating them with dignity has been a theme that we've been in the interviews today, and it's just another example of we want to treat folks with dignity. Now, I want to get into a little bit because although John is the finance director here, don't expect to see him always up in his office with your 3 desks getting in your 10 calculators or whatever you're working on. But you're very much involved in the social service fabric of the community. From Epworth, and you do work with them, prison ministry, and just, I mean, you're down here coordinating things. What attracts you to doing, why do you do stuff like that?
You know, Mike Hart was talking about housing and what's coming in the future, and I've been able to help with the Tiny Homes Project, which is down on Monroe Street by the Monroe Street United Methodist Church. That's actually under the Monroe Street Neighborhood Center. And there, we've worked with the Lucas County, the bank,
Land Bank?
Land Bank, thank you. And we have 20 lots available, and 6 homes are occupied. We got 3 more in the queue, and there'll be 20 homes up and down Bluff Street, which is right by Monroe and Upton and in that area.
Yeah, so, and you were driving that, or a big part in getting all that driven, yeah. And is it just because you have free time on your hands, or, you know?
I'm back to Julie Wood. It's just something that makes you feel good inside, you know, to be able to help people. Yeah.
You're very modest. You really are, because you do a good job of helping, not only from an organizational structure, and your wife as well, and what she does and contributes, but it's really a good, good approach from how you work from the finance side, and just carry that through some of the more tangible human connections of finance. I tend to look at many things also in writing grants from a financial eye, but I think you take it to the more personal side of that. And so,
thank you.
Yeah, no, it's true. What other stories do you have? And then we'll be wrapping it up. Anything else you want to add?
I guess I want to talk about the staff down here just a little bit. The work ethic, the good folks that are here. We're manned around the clock. There's people here on the midnight shift and people on the afternoon shift, and the payee folks. They're just good people to work with, and I want to make sure that the donors are aware of that. Yeah. We're very blessed to have the folks that we have.
They put their heart into it for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Okay,
John Irwin.
Nice to chat with you.
Director of Finance, always good chatting with you. All right, we're sending it back to Joe and Raina. Hey, Mike.
All right. You know, that was another great interview by Tom and John. Thank you so much. And remember, we're going to post these on our social media. But first, I have 2 quick reads from our sponsors, KeyBank and Walmart. I'm going to do them next, while Raina's preparing for
the art raffle.
For the art raffle. This is what everybody has been waiting for.
Yes, last minutes while these donations are being, while these sponsors are being celebrated. If you would like to enter for the art raffle, this is your last opportunity.
How do they enter, Raina?
!Gail in the chat will bring up her link so that we can link your donation to the raffle. So awesome. !Gail.
!Gail, Gail. Well, speaking of KeyBank, tonight I want to give a special shout out to our incredible sponsor, KeyBank. Their unwavering support, SPCC Toledo has truly made a difference. With their generous contributions, we have been able to provide vital resources and services to our community members in need. Together with KeyBank, we are creating a brighter future, one person at a time. Thank you, KeyBank, for your dedication and commitment to making Toledo a better place for all. And a word from Walmart. I want to thank Walmart, and I'm thrilled to share info about our sponsor, Walmart, a compassionate advocate for community development. We are thankful for their partnership with SPCC Toledo, with a shared vision of promoting inclusive spaces and supporting local initiatives. Walmart's generous sponsorship will empower St. Paul's to extend its invaluable services to even more individuals in need. Thank you, Walmart, for your unwavering commitment to making a difference in the community. And I see a support from Ron Tube.
Joe,
Just sponsored the campaign.
I'm going to stop you
Ooh.
because Chris just donated $500 to
What?
Gail's raffle.
What?
Gail-
What?
Chris.
All right, you can top this. You can top this right now.
You know what? My
Chris,
two.
thank you, by the way. Chris, you are it. You just made... You just elevated us,
Make that-
Tim. Let me see.
Make
Where are
that
we at?
$510.
510. Awesome.
$510 from Chris. So, Chris, I'm going to add your name into the raffle.
How many times?
52 times.
Awesome. Now, I'll be surprised if Chris don't win it.
All
No.
it takes is one, but if you really...
All it takes is one.
Chris,
really.
I really wanted this, but
Yeah.
how dare you, sir?
He can sell it for $510.
You know what? It's going to be worth a lot. Gail is doing big things, so... All right. I got Chris in there 52 times.
Awesome.
I'm adding your name in, Chris, plus the one from earlier, so...
All right. Oh, look at that. Chris, if you don't win it, you can keep your rabbit's foot, your horseshoe.
Oh, and we just got another...
Your good luck charm.
Another $10 from Ty.
Okay.
So Ty says, I'll see your 500 and raise you 10. So, do we have any last minute donors to the Gail? I'm going to give it like 30 seconds because
Yeah, don't just give it. People want to compete with Chris here. You know?
if anybody wants to compete with Chris, now
This
is your
is
time.
your last chance. Exclamation mark Gail. Now again, Chris, I wish you well. I wish you well, Chris. Fingers crossed. You know.
Let's see. We are... Okay, I'm gonna
Where are we
pick
at
a winner.
right now?
So tonight,
53.
I'm gonna tell you tonight. Gail has raised $605.
Thank you, Gail.
Dree has raised $63.
Awesome.
Beat Cleaver has raised $310.
Thank you, Beat Cleaver
And
from
Joe-
the UK. Yeah.
$300.
Oh my God! High five on that. Thank you so much, guys. It's a good cause. It's a good cause. Every dollar counts. Don't say I don't want to give that dollar. Every dollar counts, of course.
Yes,
You know,
85.
thank you so much. Thank you all. And even if you didn't donate it, you donate your time. If you put a good word for us, if you know who we are, I am happy. You know, at St. Paul's, again, the theme of today was togetherness. And this is what it's all about. Go ahead. I interrupted you, Raina.
No, you guys, 85% of all sponsorships, donations that come in to St. Paul's go directly to program services. So, you know, when you go to the grocery store and someone says, do you want to round up? And you have to think like, well, how much are the CEOs making of those corporations?
Exactly.
How much is going to fund, you know, vacations and things like that for whoever is involved?
Yeah.
But when you donate to St. Paul's, it's literally going to the programs, which is like really huge, and it's why I'm a part of St. Paul's. And furthermore, what a great organization. So thank you to everybody that's donated. We had a goal of, when we first started this, it was $40,000, and we beat that goal.
Yes.
And then we
indeed.
were like, oh, well, maybe we'll make it 45 and see what happens. We're up to almost $55,000. We're literally a little less than $1,500 away from $55,000 this year for St. Paul's, which is incredible.
Exactly. And remember, though, Reina, I wanted to say as well, if there's any extra, there's no such thing with nonprofit organization, extra money. What we do is, if we have any extra money, we're bringing back, because we started at COVID, I have to admit, outings. For example, there's a Pizza Palooza happening. What we do is, we take individuals experiencing homelessness at the shelter. We go and boom, we go to the Pizza Palooza. That's an opportunity for them to normalize their life. Remember, once somebody hits homelessness, it's not because it's a picnic or they're having a good time. They're having housing issues, financial issues, family issues, mental health issues, substance use issues. They don't have clothes. So again, having a small little outing like going to the Pizza Palooza, going to the zoo, going to have an ice cream, going to the ball game. This is all little things that we all do. We take them for granted, but that's the money. Partially, yes, the money goes to the food program, but it goes also to projects like these. That's why I want to say it's so important.
Or like what we're doing this year, which was a great idea from our staff. Taylor and Stacy was just, we're going to be doing Thanksgiving dinner baskets to clients who have been rehoused, who maybe they're in a housing, but they can't do a Thanksgiving dinner this year because having a house is enough.
And traditionally, though, thanks to a lot of our supporters here tonight, like Apples Church and all of you, we were able to provide the Thanksgiving meal. Typically, it's the Wednesday before. But, what about those people who are at home and then they don't have the mobility? So this year, we were kind of sitting down and she said, you know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we deliver the meals, the Thanksgiving meal, a hot, nutritious, complete Thanksgiving meals to individuals who don't have the ability, the flexibility, or the mobility to go out or come to St. Paul's and have them. This is a once-a-year event, maybe that with Christmas. But, that's where the money goes. That's what I talk about when I say the food program. So again, thank you again. Thank you, all of you, for your great support for St. Paul's Community Center. But I don't want to steal the spotlight here. Some people, Chris is anxiously waiting to take that. Chris is waiting to take that painting home. Chris,
on a
serious note, thank you so much.
Let me tell Gail's chat that we're doing the raffle right now, really quickly, just because there's people watching from her chat as well. So we are doing the raffle right now. I'm going to say good luck, Chris.
Good luck, Chris. Really, Chris, you deserve. We all deserve it. It's a beautiful painting.
All right, here we go. And the winner is
Chris.
It could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
This
is kind of the lottery in a way.
Oh, it's totally Chris.
Oh, Chris! What a surprise, Chris! How come Chris won it, Reina? I don't believe that.
I couldn't tell you what Chris had.
Chris, congratulations and a big thank you. Not only to Chris, to every single person who entered any raffle, who entered any challenge, who donated 1 cent to St. Paul's Community Center. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh. Chris said, hold up on that if possible. I wanted to message you. Let me say, please. I don't know what they want to message. Please feel free to message. Sorry, I just saw your chat, your message. I'm looking at you guys. I'm literally looking at so many screens.
Oh no, I know. Multitasking here, I'm getting dizzy just watching her.
Well, you should drink some Coke.
I'll never live that down, I'll tell you.
I'm going to come back to Joe just for a second because I do want to bring up the painting so you guys can all see it. Just because, she literally created this live.
Ching Wan has supported your campaign. Ching, thank you so much.
So you guys can just see this just a little bit more while we wrap it up.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Coming together.
All right. It's looking great, isn't it?
It's looking wonderful.
That's going to look amazing in your house, Chris. Great. Okay.
And congratulations again. And what do we do next year? You know what? Let me finish the visual map and then we'll draw the Macy's gift card. Is growing. It's 8:10 right now, and I'm sure we went overtime here. So let's wrap it up if we can.
All right. Let me get this visual map going for us. Wow, what a great show, you guys.
It's a wonderful show. I had a great time tonight. I really did, but it's not over yet. Hang on, we still have the Master's gift certificate.
I'm gonna sleep good. What about you, Joe?
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna sleep wonderful. I'm gonna sleep relaxed a little bit, you know.
Right, exactly. Let me bring
It takes a lot to put this together, and I know I thank Trina and Mike Loffer in the beginning, but thank you again, guys. We all contributed to this wonderful event.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Taylor and Stacy. They're in the background here doing all the computer work. There's a lot. Tom out there on location.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Jill,
Tom's an
Mike.
amazing
Tom is an
interviewer.
amazing interviewer. And again, you know, one more time, I'm gonna post all these on our social media, so you didn't miss anything. Let me wrap up. Are we on with the visual map? The first.
We're on slide 5, yes.
All right. Yeah, let's do the slides. I'm going to do them very quickly here, guys. You know, the ultimate goal is to see the bridge between homelessness. The bridge is St. Paul's Community Center. And the ultimate goal, of course, is for a person to get housed. And if I can go back to the first screen here while Rena's doing that, the first screen, the one with no spotlights, yes. Basically, you know, who supports us is really Toledo. If you look at the background, it looks like Toledo. And that's why we get a lot of our support from people like you, basically. And also from organizations, you know, I mentioned Key Bank here, you see it. OI, maybe ProMedica is in the back. That's just an indication we get corporate support. We also get support from religious organizations, such as, you know, churches, mosques, and synagogues. And also I mentioned our partners, United Way, Homelessness Board, the Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Board, City of Toledo, Community Foundation. That's where the funding comes from. So again, it's the island of homelessness. The bridge is to get housed, and the services offered at St. Paul's will facilitate that. And this whole organization is financially supported by Toledo. We are local, right here in Lucas County for us, for our neighbors, our sons, our daughters, our loved ones, to help them, any person experiencing homelessness. All right, thank you guys for listening to this. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to the raffle.
We're going to the raffle, from one raffle to another.
Raffle to another, yes.
That last raffle was exciting.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful, actually. And what we're going to do is, if you want to enter, we didn't tell people how to enter.
I'll start.
Go ahead, Rena.
I'll start the raffle. So let me start the raffle first, and you guys will see it in chat. It'll say a gift card for raffle for Mancy's gift card has started. And all you have to do is hit exclamation raffle, and that is for a $50 gift card. And all you have to do is email info@spcc-toledo if you're the winner.
Yeah, and we'll mail it, and you know, we'll get in contact with you. Again, it's $50 gift certificate for Mancy's. All you have to do is just write exclamation mark raffle, and you're entered. And let's see, we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
Should we show them the new website?
Yeah. While we're doing that, we got 2 minutes. You guys. Can I get control of the mouse here so I can follow a little bit?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up for you. Set me up.
Yeah, let me get you set up. And
guys,
then...
I'm very excited to announce actually that we revamped our website.
There you go.
Nowadays, you know, every organization has a website, and this is the new look, the new St. Paul's Community Center. And if you go to our old website, it's stpaulscommunitycenter.org. That will still get you to this website. Or if you type in the URL spcctoledo.org, you will also get to our website. And here we are. Just a little bit about, okay, that mouse is going crazy on me, but that's fine.
It's a very sensitive mouse.
It's a sensitive mouse.
Tell me where you want me to go.
Let's go through, let's scroll all the way down here right now, just to show people again. And please feel free to check us out. We have, this is our event. We posted it in here, and we have all our services. They are easy to find. Let's go back up a little bit. We have multiple services, the social services, the payee program, the navigator, the shelter. Please feel free to click on each one of them to find more. We made it easier to, if you scroll all the way up again, Reina, please. And we have ways to get involved. Again, and we're expanding on this also. There's multiple ways to volunteer and donate and at St. Paul's Community Center. And let's go to maybe fundraising event. This is where you will find all the previous. This is where we post this broadcast actually and all the previous fundraising events that we did. You know, this kind of gives you a glimpse of what we did in the past and how this program progressed. You may see some pictures in here and so on. And we definitely made it much easier for people to donate. Why don't you take us there, Reina, please?
So there's multiple ways to donate. The easiest way is just to click donate now.
Click,
But you can also go to the home page. We have right now, if you're watching, but maybe you're driving or you're eating and your hands are full of ranch or whatever the case is, and you just can't donate right this second, we're gonna leave this box up for the next at least week so that you can donate to this particular event.
Absolutely.
Before we change it out to do more fun events that we have going on for the rest of the year.
We have plenty of them. And stay tuned here. We're going to post them on our social media just for you. There's ways to get involved. And we have a new feature, the blog. Every organization has a blog. We're building this one up. Soon to come, a lot of exciting stories, a lot of exciting news about St. Paul's Community Center. I think the 2.5 minutes are up.
All right. So if you guys want to know what's going on, please join the mailing list, which is on the Contact Us page. Please join this mailing list because we are going to be sending out e-blasts for you. You can follow us online as well. Down here, you'll see all of the social medias.
All right.
All right. Let me come back over here and let's pick us a winner. And the winner will be announced in chat. So let's pick a winner.
Oh,
Ready?
we got 15 seconds? No, what do I see here? 15? No, it's
I think
not.
the timer's stalled.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to refresh.
No.
We got a lot going on today. This computer.
Oh, here we go.
The
Okay.
computer has definitely done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the winner is
Click. Already.
the Spollard 72.
All right, congratulations. And again, just email me at info@spcc-toledo info@spcc-toledo.org. We're going to put it in the chat here. And thank you so much for entering the raffle. Congratulations to the winner.
Great event, Joe.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How'd you guys do it? I think that's all we got for you today.
Yeah, no, we have one more. Let's see, what do we have? Dream On. Did she choose a song?
It was somebody from her community. So she
Oh.
played it for them. She played it for
Okay.
them. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
So much.
All right.
Spollard, congratulations. Make sure you send over your information. Oh, is Spollard Shauna?
Oh, was it? Shauna, congratulations. Good for her. Good for her. She deserves it. All right. Alrighty. So I guess right now, we went over 20 minutes. I'll tell you, thank you, everybody. This is another successful year. And what's the bottom line here as far as donations?
Let's see. We are at, I'm refreshing, 53,518.
Awesome.
So-
Thank you. We did it tonight.
If we can get just a little under $1,500,
We can do it in the next 2 weeks. I'm
Yep.
sure the donations
Yep.
are going to roll in. And thank you all for being part of the family of St. Paul's Community Center. Thank you for watching. I know we went over it a little bit, but I hope you had fun in the process. I know I did. And follow us on social media. Thank you again. We're gonna say bye right now. Good night, everybody.